Hello everyone, welcome to Australia, welcome to Australian Book Travels, and welcome to this week's book recommendations and a whole lot more. As you can see, Arthur has decided to join us this week. He's a little insistent. I hope you've all had a wonderful week, and if you've been in the Southern Hemisphere, or if you've been particularly in Australia, it has been very hot. We have had, I think we've absolutely had it with the heat. Today is, I'm filming this for you on Sunday to upload on Monday. But yesterday, being Saturday, and today, it's much, much cooler, and it's cooler at night too, which is lovely. We haven't been able to sleep very well at night. It's been 29 degrees at night time. In fact, at one point, I think it was 31 degrees, and during the day, it's 38. So I hope you have either been able to withstand the heat if you live in Australia or in the Southern Hemisphere, and in the Northern Hemisphere, I hope you have been keeping warm. So, a number of things today. I want to get on with some of the book recommendations, and I want to explain why I've chosen these books for you. Also, we have the hat to draw our book competition for the Crew Train by Rose McCauley. So we'll do that last, but there are a few things that I would like to discuss with you as we go on. First things first, we had a bit of a strange week this week. The travel video that I uploaded for you yesterday, for Saturday, yesterday, which is 2 days ago for you, it didn't upload until during the night of Saturday to Sunday. It took 3 days to upload on the channel. It was causing me great distress and concern. Mark helped me. We were doing all sorts of things. It just wasn't uploading. We had to reboot the computer a couple of times. It still didn't work. We deleted a whole heap of files off our computer because we thought perhaps it was overloaded. That didn't work. Mark did a few updates because he realized the computer needed a few updates. He did that. It still didn't work. And then what else did we do? He checked the firewall, the security. That was all okay. It just turned out after 3 days of messing around and really becoming quite concerned as to whether I was going to get that video up for you or not yesterday, on Saturday. It just turned out that the reception was really slow and there was nothing we could do. So apologies if you were waiting for it on Saturday, the travel video, but it was just out of our control. So normally I try to upload them a few days before they're due because of these sorts of things that can go wrong. But that was a doozy. It was an absolute doozy. When I started trying to upload it last Wednesday, it wasn't uploading. And it was a real concern. But it has uploaded now. It is on the channel. That's great. It's just caused us so much concern in the meantime. The other thing that happened this week, which I hope you can't tell, but you probably can because I don't wear makeup, I always wear sunscreen. I have since I was in my early 20s. I wear sunscreen every day and at night if I go out at night. It is part of my skincare routine. It always has been, aside from a few months when I was unwell. But I've used any sunscreen I like, usually for the face. I don't use a body sunscreen for the face. I'm careful like that. But I tried a new one this week, and it is Australian. It is mineral based because for some reason over the years, I've never used a mineral based sunscreen. And I did some research over the last few weeks and I thought, actually it's better for your skin if you use a mineral based sunscreen. So I did some research. There was an Australian brand, mineral based, and it was half the price of my normal sunscreen. So I tried it this week, and I think it is the problem. I'm hoping not, but I'm too frightened to test it again. But I've actually come out in a whole heap of hives all over my face. You can probably see around here, but it's all over my forehead, all around my face. I've just come out in a whole heap of hives. And I really believe it is the sunscreen, because I put it on the back of my hands, and the backs of my hands are itchy as well. They haven't come out in hives, but they are itchy. So I'm strongly suspecting it was the sunscreen, which is a real problem. So I apologise if you can see the welts on my face, the hives, but it was just another thing that went awry. I won't say wrong. That's a negative thing to say, but yeah, it just went a little strange this week. So I do apologise. And there was a third thing, I'm sure. What was the third thing? There was something else that went a bit strange this week. Let's try and forget that. Anyway, that was the other thing. I wanted to upload a video for you on Friday for Valentine's Day. And I had the house decorated. I had it all lovely and bought flowers and did all sorts of things for you. And of course, we realised that we couldn't upload the videos. So it was more important that I uploaded the travel video rather than the extra Valentine's Day. But that then got me to thinking, we don't actually normally celebrate Valentine's Day in the normal commercial sense. We celebrate those sort of days actually with nature. And we, just appreciating and embracing our love of nature. So anything from our dogs, and we love them every day, and our cat and all the animals and our garden, but also wildlife. And so that got me thinking that today should really be encouraging or showing you and recommending you the books. Some of them I have shown you in the past, but I wouldn't mind going over them again with you if that's okay. I have quite a few, so I will try and be quick with you or for you. You know my spectacles, you know how it is, everyone. The goggles are on. There's a spot on them. I can't see you properly. That's a bit better. There you go. We're ready. Let's go. Okay, I showed you these probably a year ago, or over a year ago actually. These are by Robin Anea. They are adrift in Melbourne and corners of Melbourne. They are books dealing with the history of and walks around Melbourne. Now, as I say, I bought these probably about 18 months, maybe not quite 18 months ago. They give you details of various historic places and historic walks. So here they are. They're really good. They don't show a lot of, there's not any sort of picture. Oh, there are a couple of little drawings, but there are a couple of little drawings and things, but nothing, no historical photos or anything like that. And there's this one. I recommend them. They're absolutely brilliant. If you are in Australia and you're wanting to know more about Melbourne and discovering Melbourne, the city, a lot more, these are absolutely brilliant. If you are overseas and you are wanting to know a bit more about Melbourne, its history, its historical buildings, and the walks that you can go on around Melbourne that are of interest, I recommend Robin Anea's Corners of Melbourne and Adrift in Melbourne. They are brilliant. They are really good. And I did promise you, when I first showed you these over a year ago, I did promise you that we would take some walks through Melbourne via these books. We will do that. It's just a matter of having the time. And I am also, when I go to places and I'm filming, I'm very careful, try to be really careful, not filming people or not getting too many people in the way or not being able to hear, some people are quite loud, or, there are children crying, or there's, some swearing that goes on. And I don't want that in the video. So, and I don't have the equipment. I know some professionals have the equipment to be able to mute those out and you can still hear the background noise, but I'm not professional and I don't have that equipment. So I either have to completely take out the whole audio and dub music over it, or I have to give you all of that background noise, which can sometimes be quite irritating for people, especially if they have hearing disabilities. It can be quite annoying. So I'm trying to work out, perhaps if I, eventually invest in different equipment, perhaps, or a different editing package, perhaps I can do that. I can edit out some of that background noise, but at the moment I can't. So I'll do the best I can. When I can, we will take walks around Melbourne with these historical content. But I do recommend these. They're absolutely brilliant. Really good books. Okay, on the nature theme, I've got all of these. Now, a lot of these are English. We don't, apart from these brilliant Melbourne books, and I'm hoping Robin will actually perhaps do some around Victoria. And we try to give you, in the travel videos, we try to walk around a little bit and show you a bit of the history. But the English, thankfully, have beautiful authors, beautiful nature writers, and they have a lot of beautiful books. And really, no matter where you are in the world, nature is nature. And it is beautiful to read wherever the books are set. It is beautiful to read them. And this one particularly is Notes from Walnut Tree Farm by Roger Deacon. Now, this is about his life on the farm, but there are a lot of references to the plants and the woods that he lives around and the walks that he goes on. This is done in sort of diary form. It's diarised, so you can see there it says the 23rd of April. It goes through then, May, June, etc. But it's beautiful. It really is lovely. And with this one, you can actually read it as it is mentioned in the day. So if it's the what's the date today? For your Monday, it's actually the 17th of February. So you can sort of go, I won't try and choose it now, but you can go to February and start reading. I don't know that there's one specifically for the 17th of February, the 25th of February. There we go. Let's see if we can find the 17th. There may be. We may be in luck, everyone. But you know what I mean. There's the 15th of February and the 16th and the 18th. So we've missed out on the 17th. But you know what I mean. You can read it almost in real time. Each day you could read a paragraph. It's a beautiful book. I recommend it. And look, a lot of these are very much in that vein, but I want to show them to you in case you haven't heard of them before. Like I say, that is Roger Deacon. I won't go into who has published them and the size of the book. They're all around about 300 pages. This one is The Observant Walker by John Wright. He is the author of the Forager's Calendar as well. This one is about wild food, nature. He does, I think, 8 walks through the British countryside and gives you... Now, this one does have photos, which is lovely. Just has some lovely photos there. He tells you, how to forage for food and all the wildlife, which I think is, like I say, it's interesting wherever you are in the world. Nature is nature, and we have a different, here in Australia, we have different flora, we have different fauna, and so it's lovely to be able to experience the nature overseas. This is beautiful. There are natural wonders and human histories and human wonders as well, man-made wonders. It's a beautiful novel. It's sort of a memoir. They're all sort of memoir reference, historical and nature books. They're beautiful. All of them are lovely. John Lewis Stemple is one of my favourites. This is one of his, The Private Life of an English Field, Meadowland. Now, in this he records the seasons of an ancient meadow that he lives near, and he records the seasons throughout the year. This is, wildlife, bird life, fauna and flora. It's just beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Again, he goes through, well, he dates some of it. And in actual fact, it is in chapters of January, and then we go February, there you go, and then March, April, May, so on. So it's the whole year. He does give you reference guides at the back, that his library that he goes through. It's beautiful, really lovely. That's another one. It's just all about appreciating nature, everyone, and that we're in a wonderful world. It's awesome, not in the term that's used now, but it's awe-inspiring. It's sometimes I am in awe, and we can all be in awe of nature and how it works. Sometimes it's not pleasant, but that's nature. That's what it's all about. So Mark and I really do love being in nature. We love our walks, and that's another reason why we started going around country towns, because we love the walks, we love admiring. You've probably noticed in the travel videos, I tune in sometimes on the flora. We just love it. It brings peace to us, and there's a contentment. Are you going to get up there, Arthur? Are you? Thank you. You probably. You're going to. Oh, hang on, everyone. Sorry. Oh. Arthur's decided he's going to get up on the footstool. Thanks, Artie. Good boy. So it's really important. Sorry, everyone. But it's really important, I think. It's really great for your mind. And I think I spoke to you last week about walking. I've taken up walking nearly every day. Not every day, but nearly every day. And I've just found it blows the cobwebs away. It makes me feel fresh. It gets me breathing deep. And I also get the opportunity each day to really admire the wildlife and the plants that are around in people's gardens or around the lake that I walk around. It's beautiful. Absolutely love it. So the next one is Native. This is by Patrick Laurie. This is Life in a Vanishing Landscape. It's that there. I hope you can see it. This is Patrick Laurie, again, a bit of a memoir. This takes him to an old farm he goes back actually to his, not his birthplace, I think, but to his homeland from memory. Again, it's about admiring nature and taking in nature and how it makes you feel and what happens, even when humans are not around, what happens. So that's another beautiful one. Now, I did show you these two. I actually showed you this next one quite some time ago, and in actual fact, it's got a little mark on the dust cover there. This is Lula Ellender, Grounding, Finding Home in a Garden. And I do apologise, there's a little mark on the dust cover there. But this is about Lula. This is a memoir. She's lost her mother. She has a family of her own. She's in a rental, and she is making parallels between the loss of her mother and her own family with the changing seasons in her garden and what happens in her garden. I recommend this. It is absolutely beautiful. When I read it, I couldn't put it down. It is one that I feel that you can reread perhaps once a year to get you motivated and inspired, or even just self-reflecting on what nature does for you and what the garden does for you, or what makes you, sorry everyone, that was Arthur, but what makes you feel good. And I really love this. I do recommend it. It's in England, but absolutely beautiful. Now these are all memoirs, nature memoirs. Now this one I showed you not that long ago. I'm hoping it's no longer I don't think it's in publication anymore, but you can get it secondhand. This is Sylvia Fenton's Creature Comforts. This is absolutely beautiful. Unfortunately, after this is her second book. I think it was written in the 1970s. Let me just... no, it was first published in 1985. Not long after this, or just before this was published, I think Sylvia passed away, I think in a tragic accident. So that makes it all the more special, I think. Now, Sylvia moves from the city to the country, and this is about her. She's always wanted to do that. And the first one that actually in this series of the two is titled All the Beasts of the Field, and then this is the follow-up to that. In All the Beasts in the Field, she moves to the country from a city job, city life. She's always wanted to move to the country. She moves to the country and in a cottage in England, and it is about her life there with the wildlife and how the wildlife come into her home, and she invites them into her home, and they become very, very much a part of her life. This is absolutely beautiful. I do recommend it, but it is no longer published. I can't get, or I have not been able to purchase All the Beasts of the Field. It is my mission in life that perhaps we can get these republished, because I think they're absolutely beautiful and still relevant today. It's just about slower living, moving away from that city rat race, slower living, and just appreciating and respecting nature. This is beautiful. I recommend it. I recommend all of these. They've all been read by me, and I absolutely love them all. This is Lula Ellender Grounding, Finding Home in a Garden. Native Life in a Vanishing Landscape. This is Patrick Laurie. This is Meadowland, The Private Life of an English Field by John Lewis Stemple, who is one of my favourite nature memoir writers. John Wright, The Observant Walker. And Notes from Walnut Tree Farm, Roger Deacon. All of these are English, but these two are Australian. Not so much nature, but they are encouraging you to walk and discover some of nature, but a lot more of the history in Melbourne, Victoria, Australia. So I recommend those. So they're all the recommendations today, everyone. I know we've zipped through those, but it was just because I wanted to embrace the whole idea of loving nature and being at one with nature. It really is playing, it has always played an important role in my life, but definitely more so now. And I just thought with Valentine's Day, it was pertinent to say how much we love nature and really to use it as part of our Valentine's. So that's those. I encourage you all to read one or more of those. They're all beautiful. Now, the other thing I did want to say before we draw the book competition is that the channel will be changing. I will continue with the book recommendations, and I do want to become a lot more involved in the book recommendations. The travel videos over the next month, we will slowly, I won't be phasing them out, but there will be less of the travel videos on the channel in the future. This is for a number of reasons. One is because they take a lot of my time, and I'm being really honest with you. The channel is not doing as well as what we wanted it to do. And going out traveling, it is costing a lot of money and a lot of time and a lot of worry on my behalf to make sure that I get them edited and the right music and it's all edited properly. And of course, I'm making mistakes along the way, which is fine. But for all of that angst and the cost, I am going to have to phase the travel videos out, not completely. My intention is that when Mark and I go away somewhere, or if there's anything specific that we really want to, a town that we really want to go to, or a state that we want to go to for whatever reason, we will definitely be bringing that to you, but it will not be a weekly travel video, unfortunately. But it's just because the channel is not it's actually a bit sad, really, because for all of the time and the effort that I put in, for some reason, I've tried everything that YouTube has suggested, everything that you all, the viewers, have suggested, friends and family have suggested, but it's just not. It's ticking along, which is wonderful, and we respect and appreciate every one of you. And that's another reason why I don't want to give the channel up completely. I really want to keep on with it, but have it ticking over. I don't want to disappoint any of you any more than I can or should or want to. But I have to also be mindful of what the time and the financial cost to us that it takes to make these videos, or the travel videos particularly, in comparison to the success or lack of success that the channel is bringing. And look, if I'm going to be really honest, I don't know whether this is the forum to discuss it or not, but I have been viewing other channels in Australia and overseas, and there just doesn't seem to be necessarily the, I don't know whether I should say that the care or concern to edit and the content for the videos, but they are doing a lot better. So it's obvious to me that people in the world are wanting, maybe they want a younger person, or maybe it's that, you know, I'm not going to the right places for you all, or perhaps it's, I can't say it's Australia. We thought that perhaps people weren't interested in Australia as much, and that was disappointing too, because we want to really boost Australian authors and Australian country towns. But we just haven't the support that we thought we would get, or that Australia would get. Or perhaps it's more about the channel, because there seems to be that other Australian channels are doing better. And I genuinely cannot work out why. So we've decided, or I've decided actually, because Mark has said, you know, whatever I'm happy doing, you know, he's more than happy to support that as a partner. But I just feel that I'm putting in a lot of effort in the travel videos, and I'm just not getting that return. We're not getting the views to be able to promote Australia. So yeah, I'm pulling back on the travel videos, everyone. We will continue with the book recommendations, and I want to sort of embellish that a bit more. I want to make that a little bit more, perhaps even have some videos of slow living around the property. We may even do that. I'm looking at non-verbal, just a little bit of music, and there's just a bit of slow living around the property. We may do that, I think, as well. But the travel videos where I'm researching and we're traveling to, you know, distant places, it's just taking too much of my time and it's costing us too much. So we are going to pull back on those. Not completely, perhaps once a month or once every couple of months. I don't know. We will see how that pans out. But yeah, we're just deciding to really concentrate, or I'm deciding to really concentrate on the book recommendations and the slower living style. So I hope that works for you all. If it doesn't, well, unfortunately, it's just something I've decided and it works for me. So yeah, let me know what you think. I can't change the cost of travel, so that's a decision I've made. Absolutely, I will be traveling, but just not as much, not every week. And so do let me know what you think. I'd be happy to know if you'll be happier with the book recommendations and the slower living videos. And yeah, we'll see where the channel goes from there. So I hope you enjoy in the future. Now, the book competition, The Crew Train by Rose Macaulay. This is free with the free bookmark. I'm going to draw it now, everyone, before I keep prattling on. There's not many of you. That was another thing I'm a little disappointed about. We have these book competitions, and not many people enter, which is really sad. But I can only do what I can do. I can't force people to watch the channel, and I can't force people to enter our book competition. So there's only 5 of you in here. So good luck, everyone. There you all are. You're all wrapped up. Summer hat because it's summer here in Australia rather than the Akubra. And I will put my hand in and I will choose one of you. Good luck, everyone who's entered. Here we go. Lynn Hughes. Lynn Hughes, I will contact you. Congratulations. You have won the crew train, Rose Macaulay, and I will get all your details and I will post that off to you as soon as we are in contact with you. Well done, Rose. Well done, Lynn. Rose. Well done, Lynn. And yeah, thank you everyone for entering too, by the way. We will have a few more competitions depending on how the channel goes. At the moment, it's all a bit of a balancing act, and I really want this channel. I wanted it to be really successful, but it's sad actually, because a lot of work goes into it, and I really want to do this for our authors and our country towns and our businesses. And I have been doing it for a while now. It's about 15 months, I think. 14 or 15 months, and yeah, I just wish it was a little bit more successful, but we'll continue on. We'll see how it goes. I will continue to try everything that YouTube recommends. I'm not totally convinced that it isn't something that YouTube decides on which channels are successful and which aren't. I just don't know. I don't understand the algorithms, and as I say, I've done everything possible that has been suggested to me, and it's slowly ticking away. That doesn't take away from the fact that Mark and I really, really appreciate, I can't tell you how much we appreciate all of you who have subscribed, and all of you who comment and like, and who have been and are so supportive of the channel. We are continuing because of you. I don't want to let any of you down. We are continuing, but we're just going to pull it back a bit so that it's a bit easier for me. And I know those of you who have been particularly loyal to the channel, you do enjoy the book recommendations. And I enjoy them too. So we'll continue on with those. Okay, everyone. Congratulations, Lynn, for winning the crew train. I will contact you. All of the beautiful nature books. Remember, everyone, get out there, go for a walk, or just sit out on your front doorstep and enjoy nature. Breathe in the air, listen to the birds. Actually, one thing that I was always told when I was competing in dressage with the horses, and I was heavily competing, and we were doing really well, but I was very nervous going into competition. I was always nervous with exams, and any competition I always get really nervous. And so I was taught this almost a meditation. And what you do is you close your eyes, basically you close your eyes and you listen for 5 things that you can hear. So whether that's the wind or different birds that are calling, or the leaves in the trees rustling, or somebody that you can hear in the distance calling out, or a car going by, whatever it is, you just listen and you take a note of those 5 things, and then you breathe deeply at the same time. It is a very calming, relaxing way to start your day or to end your day, or both. So I recommend it, everyone. I'm trying to do that every morning and every night, as well as my walking and my exercise. And the diet, that's okay. It's boring. I'm doing all right on it. I'm still alive. I haven't faded away to a shadow. But I'm doing well, and my throat is improving, actually. That's another thing I'll let you know. My throat, because the diet isn't to lose weight, although I am losing weight, but it was actually for my throat. As if you've been watching the channel over the last few weeks, I went to a specialist, an ENT specialist, and I had to go on a special diet for my throat, and that my throat is actually improving. So that's good. The diet's working, everyone. Okay, I think that's it. I've told you everything. We've done the book challenge, the book competition, the books there. If any of you need any more information on those books, I'm more than happy to give those to you. Just send me a comment in the comment section. Again, we will be pulling back on the travel videos. I've said that. And thank you, everyone, to all of you who support us. We honestly, Mark and I are just so chuffed. We now have something like 1,312, I think. Actually, I think as of this morning, it may have gone up to 1,315 subscribers. Thank you. We know a lot of you do enjoy the travel videos, but like I say, unfortunately, just for cost and time, I am going to have to pull back on those. They won't be every week. And if there are people who watch the travel videos but don't watch the book recommendations, I will be letting everyone know on one of the Saturdays for the travel videos. I will be letting them know that there won't be as many travel videos. There are a heap on the channel already. I think 140 or 170 videos all up. So if you've just joined the channel and you haven't seen the backlog of videos, may I suggest that you do. Go and have a look. There are travel videos and book recommendation videos and just some sneaky midweekers. We hope you enjoy them. Okay, everyone, that's it for today. I'm going off to rest my face with all the welt, all the hives, and go out and enjoy nature, I think, today. Okay, take care, everyone. Enjoy your Monday. Have a lovely week. There will be a travel video on Saturday, and of course, I'll see you all for the next book recommendation. And in the next maybe the next month or so, we'll try and get up some slow living videos for you. Okay, take care, everyone. Happy reading, safe travels, good eating. Bye for now.